The next guest needs very little introduction. Like I said, he's the only person that I'm nervous to have a conversation with. He's a Bacha of lyrics, the original gully boy from the Tufani Paltan of Salim Javed, whose words turned celluloid into gold. When he entered parliament, he became a modern-day Mangal Pandey, raising his voice so that the lagan on the less fortunate could be eased. Chalte Chalte, he has given us scripts and songs that shaped our emotions and culture. Ones that made us once say Dil Chahta Hai, and others that reminded us to let Dil Dhadakne Do. Always welcoming Jodha and Akbar both, Veer and Zara both, he remains the Kisna of his art, the warrior poet, whose pen fights not with rage but with reason. He's a fierce secularist, a passionate rationalist, and a man whose idea of moksha is not rooted in mysticism, but in science and in truth. He's the Diwar standing tall between blind faith and reason and the Shakti behind generations of storytelling, the Mr. India for any script that has been written, the OG ChatGPT, if I may, and only with far more tehzeeb and timelessness, something that ChatGPT will perhaps never understand. Winner of the Sahitya Academy Award with more Filmfare and IIFA awards than one can count. He's an inspiration, like I said, for everyone from my grandmother to Stuti out here. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the living legend, Padma Bhushan recipient. And I'm terribly sorry that we started a little late, but it gives me great pleasure, profound honor to be able to welcome on the IIM on stage none other than Javed Akhtar sir. But they'll get the question. No? Yes.
You see, I have some serious ideological problem with these kind of chairs. You see, if you sit back, you look arrogant. If you sit forward, तो ऐसा लगता है नौकरी मांगने आया.
So that's why those on the right were sitting on one side, those on the left were sitting on some other side. I wanted to see where you sit, sir. But you asked for the cushion.
Yes. Since I'm on the right at the moment. Yours right.
They are left. But sir, thank you for doing this.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming and being a part of this. You rarely talk to live audiences now, and the fact that you've taken out time and you are doing this is an honor in itself. It's a different audience from what you normally see, but these are people whose fathers, grandfathers have seen you and these ones are also yet seeing you now live. So it is, when we say role models, you are the perfect role model.
No, I'm waiting for their grandchildren.
So you see, as we wait for the cushion, I just wanted to start by asking you, I personally believe that sometimes when I read the news, that there is nothing left in the right and nothing right in the left. Seeing your interviews, reading about you, and studying you, I do understand that some part of that statement may resonate with you.
Well, I'll say yes and no. Because this society, this country called India, is not only left and right, it's much more than that. You know, we are strange people. We have a civilization which is thousands of years old, perhaps the oldest living civilization. I mean, there were Egypt, Greece, so many civilizations, but they were the Roman, but with time they withered away. There is a kind of a continuity in Indian civilization which is quite astonishing. It is still alive, it's there. So yes, we have a left and we have a right, like Ganga and Jamuna. Both of them are great rivers, but unfortunately, because of pollution, and this pollution is not caused by the average normal person. The major pollution of these great rivers is caused by very rich people who are the industrialists. and they leave all the industrial wastage in the rivers, and that's why they are polluted. The same way the left and right got polluted by some vested interest. But India is not only left and right, like India is not only Ganga and Jamuna. We forget that there is third river called Saraswati. That is India. These rivers are on the ground, and the third river somewhere deep underneath is flowing, and no one can pollute it. No one can pollute Saraswati. So the moment Saraswati gets chance, that is why it has survived for thousands of years. Not because only Ganga Jamuna, because of Saraswati.
Absolutely. So there is, we couldn't find a full-fledged pillow, but there is a partial one.
Good enough.
Correct. So we are talking about Ganga, Jamuna and Saraswati. And
So Saraswati is real India. And there is no way you can pollute that. It goes underneath, you can't see it so many times because of the dirty water up there, but it is only up there. And then again it comes up. It purifies the other rivers also along with it.
correct.
So I am not pessimistic about the future of my country.
And which is hearing it from you, saying that you are optimistic about India will make us feel even more buoyant. But sir, before we continue, I am mindful because I was sitting on that sofa for the longest time. This is a slightly better sofa. Please up try.
No, I'm fine.
No, but this is
I'm
slightly
perfectly
better.
fine. You should never leave your chair. Huh. Come on. The hope of better one. Don't do that. Never make that mistake.
But sometimes, sir, that's the problem in politics. They never leave their chair.
That's what I'm suggesting to them. Yeah.
So I want to start by asking you a question, sir. You're a role model, like I said, across. You've dealt with real adversity. I was reading your book, sir. And when you came to Mumbai in a third-class train compartment, often without a seat or a place to sleep, at 15 you left your father's home, sir. You slept on benches and went without food. And fast forward to today. If you were to look back, when it comes to adversity, what advice would you give your younger self who was 15 years old?
First of all, one shouldn't be proud of anything. The way you shouldn't be proud of your success or your wealth or your position or your fame, the same way you should not be proud of your defeats, your hurts, your humiliations, because what happens that as the time passes, we take all our hurts, turn them into medals and put them across the chest. मेरे साथ ये हुआ है, आपको पता है? More often than not, when we are telling that I have gone through this, you are not telling, oh, I have gone through this. You are telling the people, see how far I have come. So there is actually some arrogance hidden behind this confession. So ठीक है, I suppose everybody in the world, whether the child is born with a silver spoon or a copper spoon or no spoon at all in the mouth, every person has a share of hurts, bruises, unhappiness, deprivation, at least sense of deprivation is always there's a part of growing up. Nobody can grow up without any scratch or any hurt. Not possible. But it doesn't matter. You see, that should not make us bitter, that should not make us petty, selfish. मेरे साथ किसी ने क्या किया था, तो मैं क्यों करूं? This is not the right approach. That is how you grow. Important बात ये है कि what your experience, there is a difference between incident and experience. When we go through hundreds of incidents, we think we are experienced. No. What conclusion we have drawn from it, what moral we have learned from it, what principles we have drawn from it, what rules we have made in the light of these incidents, That is experience. Is the juice, not the thing. So I suppose if we are positive people and the more hurts we suffer in life, the more deprivation we experience, it should make us even better people, because now we know what is a hurt, but now we know what is deprivation, what is poverty, what is hunger. If we have experienced it, then we should see to it that nobody gets this. Instead of becoming selfish, that's what I feel, that is growing up.
So, आपने बताया कि from an incident, don't feel experience, but just try to take out the learning from it, if I'm correct.
That is experience. Correct. What have you learned from it?
So, ऐसा कोई incident है which you would like to narrate from your teenage years, which gave you a lot of learning?
Many. You see, if a child who is on his own at the age of 15, obviously he cannot survive on only fresh air. He needs some love also.
Correct.
And love means consideration, help, sympathy, support. So there must have been many people who helped me, and they did. And strangers, not even friends. I have lived off my friends, honestly, for many years. But I have met strangers who have been very kind to me for no reason at all. So I learned from them. Let me tell you, since you asked for anecdotes, I have many, but I'll have to select one. And it is just, it happened in Khar, Bandra. I used to live, there is a small village, Chuim, on the other side of the Danda. On one side, when you go from the linking road, so Danda is on the right, and this village, the whole big village, Christian village, Chuim is on the left. So we were 3 boys. We were living in a small room near the kitchen of the family. It was a very small room. And we were paying that time, I'm talking of 1965, 66, 90 rupees per month. So all of us used to give 30 rupees each. That too was a serious ordeal for us. So one day, obviously, I had no money in my pocket. I had a friend whose name was Hardev. Now he's an old man like me. I lived in New York. But that time he was in Bombay. He was with me in the college. And his pet name was, something is happening behind my back. What is that?
So first there was 1 hamburger, now there are 2.
Okay. So, क्या हो क्या रहा था?
नहीं, 2 कुशन ही थे. कुशन. हाँ, कुशन.
I'll take one. Okay.
एक पीछे है, एक आगे है.
आगे के 2 इतनी पीछे रखिए.
हाँ, दोनों पीछे ही है बस. दोनों पीछे ही है.
Okay.
जी सर.
Better. Even better.
Right.
So, he had come to Bombay and his brother had some shop at Grant Road, shop of automobile parts. So he was working with his brother at that shop. I was in Bandra. I didn't have a penny in my pocket. I had not eaten in the last 2 days. So I decided that I must go to Kale because he'll help me. So I went, and you become desperate. When it's the 3rd day, you become desperate. You lose all dignity, human dignity. You lose all sense of propriety. The only thing you can think of is food. And that too in a foggy mind. So I had no money to buy a ticket. So I sat on the train, went to Khar station, sat on the and went to Grant Road and got down, and I was too tired to take some kind of a big circle or go parallel to the railway track and get out from somewhere. I went from the main gate. Somebody didn't ask me anything. I reached that shop walking. It was closed. Now I had to come back. So again, I kept walking, went to the station, and I boarded a train without a ticket. got down at Khar station. Again, I did the same thing instead of finding some detour, some long way to get out of the railway station. Because so tired and so weak, I started walking and the ticket checker on the main door caught me. Show me the ticket. I said, I don't have the ticket. So he stand aside. So I kept standing, other passengers were passing. So he said, we will have to charge you from the beginning of the train, which is the last station, Churchgate. So from Churchgate to this, I mean, that time the tickets were very cheap. And the fine and so on, so it became 13 rupees. If I had 13 rupees, why would I travel without a ticket? So he said, then I'll have to put you in the lockup. I said, okay. He looked at me and then he asked me, how educated you are? I said, I'm a graduate. Why did you go? Where did you go? I said, Grant Road. Why? Because I said, I have a friend and I thought that he'll give me food. And he patted my back. Good luck, ciao. After many years, when I got a job, I had money, I went back to that station. And I gave the description of that man, that can I meet him anywhere? Can I find him anywhere? But I couldn't. And I still remember him. He had no reason to be so kind to me. And I never forget his pat on my back and saying good luck.
And what you said about good luck, that is what all of us need, and also the country needs, good luck. And a large part जो हम IIMN में करते हैं sir, is about the fact that trying to explain students about what the idea of India is, that what the idea of India is, the fact that to see the world from an Indian lens. We organize these conferences across and things like that. Sir, there is बहुत बार बहस होती है, टीवी पे मैं देखता हूँ, और बच्चे जो अभी सांसद तक पहुँच गए, उन लोगों में भी अभी टीवी पे देखता हूँ कि कोई बोलता है कि मैं पेट्रियट हूँ, दूसरा बोलता है मैं नहीं नेशनलिस्ट हूँ, और ऐसे अलग अलग विचारधारा की बहुत डिबेट होती है between patriotism and nationalism. If I were to ask you, sir, is Javed Akhtar a patriot or a nationalist, what would you say?
First of all, I'll quote Plato, who has said many wise things. One of them is that before discussing the words, decide the meanings mutually. So I want to ask you, what difference do you find between nationalism and patriotism? To you, what is the meaning of these words? So then maybe you have some other meaning in your mind and I have some other meaning. So let us have a common meaning of these two words. What is your interpretation of patriotism and nationalism, and how do you differentiate between the two?
Sir, for my myopic understanding of what nationalism stands for, it is where a person is willing to kill for their country. And in terms of patriotism, what I understand is a person who is essentially willing to die for their country. But there are different forms of nationalism in my mind. One is religious nationalism, second would be civic nationalism. So civic nationalism would perhaps be a lighter form of nationalism which comes from liberty, equality, fraternity.
Okay, chaliye, we will discuss in the light of this definition. First of all, I cannot understand religious nationalism. What is the meaning of religious nationalism? You are patriot or nationalist of your nation, of your country, or your religion. You can't be, maybe you can be both, but there has to be a priority. So when we talk of nationalism, what is your definition of nation? If your nation is made by a religion, then it's slightly problematic. You love your religion, I mean, that is also pretty bad, but doesn't matter, we'll talk about it later. But that's another story. As far as nationalism and patriotism is concerned,
Right.
we are talking of a country.
Correct.
You are a nationalist if you are loyal to, or whatever, maybe what you are saying that you are willing to kill others, and patriot if you are willing to die for your country. That is the definition you have given. Although it is not actually perfect, but all right, we will manage it. Patriotism, if patriotism means loving my country and trying to make it better and better, and I'm proud of its all good things, and I'm ashamed of what is wrong, that is patriotism. Now nationalism is also necessary. Times come when you have to be nationalistic. If your country is attacked by somebody, if someone is trying to destroy your country, some external force, then leave aside all the formalities and you have to be nationalist. That is also necessary. People who are willing to die for their country or kill for their country are the same people. They are our army, our air force, our navy. They are willing, yes, they are ready to kill for the country, but at the same time they are willing to die also. If you can't only kill and become a nationalist, you have to take your own life also on your hand and say, I'm willing to give it up for my country. To theek hai. Only those perhaps have the right to kill in extreme conditions who are willing to die also.
Sir, you spoke about religious nationalism के बारे में आपने जो जिक्र किया, that there is no form of nationalism that is called
religiosity कहते हैं, religion national क्या? Does religion make a nation? It doesn't. We have seen this happening any time. Just look across.
Sir,
You don't have to go to North Pole. It's right there. In 47, our country was divided on a theory called two-nation theory, that Hindus are a nation and Muslims are another nation. That was the theory, which is totally wrong. Totally wrong. Absurd. It is absurd. And it was proved by them. It was proved not by us, by them. You see, there have been partitions in many countries of the world. Partition was not invented by us. It has happened many times at many places. But for the first time, and I'm sure for the last time, something has happened in this subcontinent that the majority asked for the partition. Generally, it is the minority that says we are not safe, we are vulnerable, we are not being given equality, so we want to separate from you. This has happened all over the world. Even in 47, wrongly so, but this was the propaganda of the right-wing Muslim community. In Pakistan, 10 crore Bengalis asked for the partition from 7 crore Punjabis. I mean, it has happened for the first and the last time that the majority of a country was asking for the partition. They were Muslims. On the other side also they were Muslims. So if religion could make a nation, why there is a Bangladesh? Why it is not still East Pakistan? Because the religion cannot make a nation. And look at this, which religion? And which religion we are talking about? A religion that has one God, one prophet, one book. That religion totally failed to make a nation. In Middle East, you have so many countries, almost 30, 40 countries. All of them are Muslims. Why they are not one nation? Now, some people are trying to make a Hindu nation here, where there is not one God, there is not one prophet, there is not one book. It is open. And that is the grandeur of this religion. That makes it different.
But sir, so will it...
So, what are the possibilities of making a nation on religious basis here? Zero.
Sir, but आपने जो अभी बताया, you said that there is... can I get you water?
No, thank you.
Okay. So, आपने जो बताया that there are people जो यहाँ Hindu nation जैसे बनाना चाहते हैं, जिसमें there are many gods, there's diverse faith, it's Sanatan Dharma, accepting of everybody. So, that part of it, do you think that there is a possibility, and they say that economically also it will be more beneficial, it will be more beneficial in terms of employment, we'll get a sense of purpose and identity. ऐसे लोग बोलते हैं कि अखंड भारत हो जाएगा if we get...
अखंड भारत की क्या, what is the map of अखंड भारत?
This has become a reverse conversation, but...
No, but you said अखंड भारत हो जाए, so I should understand what you mean by अखंड भारत. The Bharat that we have today is अखंड, but if you have any other definition of अखंड भारत हो जाएगा, it means Bharat is not अखंड at the moment. So what are your borders?
So I'm presenting the other perspective जो अखंड भारत बोलते हैं लोग.
नहीं, मैं पूछ रहा हूँ.
Correct. तो उसमें जैसे पाकिस्तान है, बांग्लादेश है, Nepal is there, Sri Lanka is there. All of this belonging to the same country that is India. This is what people say, that this will eventually lead to an अखंड भारत.
Is it not funny that people who genuinely, passionately dislike Muslims want to take so many Muslims inside? You have some 14-15 crore Pakistanis, 10-12 crore Bangladeshis, some 3-4 crores Afghans. You want all of them in India? Good. I have no problem. Or they think that these plots will be vacated for them. I want vacant plot. खाली मिलना चाहिए इधर नेबर और वो नहीं चाहिए टेनेंट्स नहीं होने चाहिए.
पर सर आजकल तो president of a country also says that a country that originally belonged to Denmark is now my country, and our neighbor is now our 51st state, and he is also a sitting president of a country. So sir, in the United States of America, so what I'm trying to say is that of course these are bombastic statements that are made.
The fact is, let me tell you, that this division, this partition was unnatural, illogical. Anything which is unnatural and illogical cannot stand for a very long time. Now we think 75 years or 100 years are a very long period. No, in human history they are not. But ultimately, maybe not in my lifetime, but ultimately these parts of India will come back together, because that is the right thing to do. That makes sense. And these partitions, that you have Bangladesh, you have India, Bharat, you have Pakistan, our borders used to be at the end of Afghanistan. During the time of Ashoka, during the time of Mughals, during the time even of Khiljis, who did not have as big an empire as Maurya or Mughal were. Our borders were there. Gandhari in Mahabharata is from Kandahar. So when Alauddin Khilji made some stations, तो उसने अलाउद्दीन खिलजी ने वहाँ पर चौकियाँ बनाई थी कंधार में कि इंडिया में ये मंगोल्स नहीं अंदर आने पाए. And they were stopped during Alauddin Khilji's time 4 times when they attacked Mongols. Were stopped in Kandahar to save India. So that was India. वो सब अलग हो गए धीरे धीरे हिस्टोरिकली. और अच्छी बात ये होगी, कभी 200 साल लगे, 300 साल लगे, but what are 200 years in human history? You know, when you are next morning you have to give the paper of history and you try to revise your book in a hurry, and out of nervousness you turn 1-2 pages together. 100 years go away. That is the worth of 100 years in human history. So, sooner or later, it will happen,
That's
maybe not in near future, but it will happen that all these segments
Will become-
which are broken today will come back together and make a big Hindustan, which is for everybody.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
It has to happen because that is the logical thing to happen.
So the logical conclusion from this conversation, this part of the conversation would be that there will be at one point in time a unified Hindustan. There will be, all these parts will again come back sooner than later at some point in time.
Yeah, I believe
it
that.
will be that. Right. So, but as of today, there are many divisions in our country. Religious fragmentation has divided mankind, not just the country. You have, sir, an unapologetically unabashed view about God. But sir, without God or a higher power, science has yet not been able to answer the big question of the origins of the universe. What came before the Big Bang, and what makes you so sure that there is no God?
You see, in the language of atheists, this is called God of the gaps. Wherever science has not reached, where science has no answer, they fill that gap with God. And then someday science, like God was in rains, God was in floods, God was in earthquakes, God was in diseases, God was in plants, in snakes, in everything. With time, human curiosity solved the riddle, solved the puzzle, found the answer, God moved away. Though God is actually on the run. Now God is hiding in the depth of the universe and in the unpredictability of life. These are the two things that are left. But soon man will reach there also and God will have to say goodbye.
But sir, when it... sorry,
You
please.
see, नहीं मैं ज़रा थोड़ा उसे ज़्यादा ही एक्सप्लेन कर दूँ, मैं ज़रा ज़्यादा सटली कह दिया. फैक्ट ये है कि we should be honest enough to say that we don't have the answer. What was there before the Big Bang, if there was a Big Bang? Was there a Big Bang? What was there before this kind of nothingness? How big is the universe? Where it ends? When it ends? What is there? Is plain space or some other universe? These are universe or multiverses. We don't know. But what is the harm in having to be humble enough to accept that we don't know? Instead of finding a wrong answer. I don't know how my mobile phone works. It is unbelievable. I mean, if I show this mobile phone to a person from 17th century, he'll die. Immediately he'll get a heart attack. You are sitting in your car, your car is air conditioned, all the glasses are up, and you are talking to your brother or your sister or your cousin in USA, and the car is moving. So whether his voice or her voice is running like a dog with your car, what is happening? And there is no wire, nothing, no connection. It's a mobile phone. Now one explanation is God had decided to send this voice. So problem is solved. It is God's will that the voice will come. Or find out what is the mechanism. God was everywhere. अभी बहुत कम जगह बचा है बेचारा. तो इसलिए कि आप जो चीज़ का आपके पास जवाब नहीं है, why can't you be honest enough से कि इसका जवाब हमारे पास नहीं है अभी. We are probing into it. Instead of finding a wrong answer and be happy. अगर आप wrong answer से खुश होते तो अभी तक आप पेड़ पे बैठे होते या केव में होते. People, this world is made by people who had curiosity, who wanted to probe, who want to understand the processes, not by those who believe that it's all God doing.
But sir, if there is no faith, and if there is no God, ये खाली प्रश्न है that लोग बोलते हैं मुझे saying, Rishabh, when you say a statement or similar statement, they say if there is no faith, then there is no concept of good and bad, because good and bad also comes in a way from different religions. What is demarked as good and bad? So my favorite philosopher is Friedrich Nietzsche, and he says morality is an interpretation of phenomenon. But sir, when you don't have religion, when you don't have faith, and when you don't have anyone to tell you what is good and bad, then don't you think that it will become, of course, experiment karna chahiye, of course, there should be reason, but
good and bad ka kaun? You think good and bad were invented by religions. Nothing is further from the truth. Actually, if you are a religious person, and strongly religious person, and then too you have any sense of good and bad, I will respect you. That in spite of being religious, this person has discrimination between good and bad. Religion, all religions, when I say religion, I don't mean any particular, all religion, give you the liberty to be bad to others who are not from your religion. The fact is that if you take the map of the world, you must try it. Some people are busy talking there. Hello? अरे बाद में बात कर लेना, मैं तो थोड़ी देर में जा रहा हूँ दोस्त. वो है वो. I could see you. आप एक मैप लीजिए, आप लीजिए, इसलिए कि मैं आपको कोई काम दूंगा तो आप बिजी हो जाएंगे. उस पर मार्क करो कि दुनिया में वो कौन सी जगह है और इंडिया के अंदर भी कौन सी जगह है जहाँ women are not empowered or less empowered, जहाँ जो vulnerable class है economically वो repressed है, जहाँ एक totalitarian and authoritarian government है, जहाँ human rights कम है. इन्हें मार्क करके मैप एक तरफ रख दो. Now take another world map and start marking the places. दुनिया में religion कहाँ ज़्यादा है, dominant कहाँ है religion. They will be the same places. I promise you that. Same places. So what makes you think that religion makes people good? फैक्ट ये है कि अगर आप रिलीजियस हैं और अच्छे आदमी तो भाई बहुत, मैं तो आपकी बहुत इज्जत करूंगा. कमाल कर दिया आपने. ऑल्दो यू आर रिलीजियस बट यू आर गुड. इसलिए कि मैं ऐसा बिलीव करता हूं कि आपके पास हर चीज की एक लिमिट है. यू कैन पिक अप एज मच वेट, नॉट मोर देन दैट. यू कैन रन अप टू अ डिस्टेंस, देन यू विल फॉल. You'll be totally exhausted. You can hear a sound from that distance, but not after that. You can see up to a point, but not further. Everything. You can mourn a loss for some time and then you'll get over it. You can celebrate some windfall, but then ultimately आपको कितनी बड़ी लॉटरी लग जाए, कितने दिन खुश रहेंगे आप, फिर आपको आदत हो जाएगी उसकी. हर इमोशन की, हर फीलिंग की, हर फिजिकल या इमोशनल कैपेसिटी आपकी लिमिटेड है, एक हद तक है. सो कॉमन सेंस सेज कि आप में नोबिलिटी की भी एक कैपेसिटी होगी. यू कैन बी नोबल टू दिस एक्सटेंट, नो मोर. लेट्स डू वन थिंग टू सॉल्व द प्रॉब्लम. टर्न दिस नोबिलिटी इनटू 5 units. Now a religious Muslim prays for the 5 times, and every time he feels that he has done something very nice. I don't pray. उसने अपनी ये कंज्यूम की नोबिलिटी इन 5 एक्ट्स में. एक रिलीजियस क्रिश्चियन या एक रिलीजियस हिंदू चर्च गया या टेम्पल गया और वहाँ उसने पूरे रिचुअल्स किए, सब कुछ किया. तो जब वो बाहर निकलेगा तो उसके लगेगा ना कि मैंने बहुत नोबल काम किया, अच्छा काम किया है. मैं तो ना चर्च जाता हूँ, ना टेम्पल जाता हूँ, ना मॉस्क जाता हूँ. मेरे पास भी 5 है कैपेसिटी मेरे पास. मैं इनका क्या करूँ? I'll have to feed somebody, I'll have to help somebody, I'll have to give fees of some poor student and so on. अगर ये आदमी 5 बार नमाज पढ़ के और 2 घंटा सुबह पूजा करके फिर भी इसमें नोबिलिटी बाकी है तो कमाल की बात है. Hats off to it. इसके पास तो कमाल ही हो गया, इसने तो इतनी वहाँ कंज्यूम कर दी थी. So if you are good in spite of being religious, I'll respect you. Because it is very difficult to be a good person while you are religious. Does it make sense? It's logical? बोलो बच्चों. तो फिर क्या करोगे? नोबिलिटी करोगे कि वर्शिप करोगे? शाबाश.
तो सर ये जो कॉन्वर्सेशन था, इट इज़ इम्पोर्टेंट टू गो टू स्टूडेंट्स एंड इट इज़ इम्पोर्टेंट टू गो टू स्कूल्स because this is the future of the country and the world that is being prepared. And they are not just the future of our country but that of the world. But sir, एक और चीज़ है which I usually
morality. Sorry, I'm interrupting you. लेकिन मैं एक और बात मुझे ध्यान में आ गई, भूल जाऊंगा. ये क्या है morality? ये कोई आसमान से उतरी हुई चीज़ है? नहीं. It's man-made. Justice is man-made. Nature has no justice. Nature has no concept of justice. एक शेर हिरण को खा जाता है तो शेर को 6 महीने जेल होती है, या शेर जो है वो मरेगा तो नरक में जाएगा. क्या होगा शेर का? कुछ भी नहीं होगा. अगर नरक में जाएगा तो वो कहेगा भाई तुमने मुझे शेर बनाया क्यों था, तुम मुझे बकरा बनाते, मैं हिरण को नहीं खाता. तो कोई कॉन्सेप्ट ही नहीं है नेचर में, हमने बनाया. जस्टिस का कॉन्सेप्ट ह्यूमन मेड है, फेयरनेस का कॉन्सेप्ट ह्यूमन मेड है. आप लेफ्ट पे ड्राइव करते हैं, ये है मोरालिटी. ये मोरालिटी है ड्राइविंग ऑन द लेफ्ट, नॉट टेकिंग ओवर द कार फ्रॉम द राइट साइड. ऑल मोरालिटी इज ड्राइविंग ऑन द लेफ्ट. बिकॉज वाई वी हैव डिसाइडेड दैट वी विल ड्राइव ऑन द लेफ्ट, कि भाई ये तय कर लो आप इधर आते में लेफ्ट पे आएंगे, वो जाते में लेफ्ट पे जाएंगे, ताकि कोई ट्रैफिक जैम नहीं हो, ताकि कारें एक दूसरे से टकराएं नहीं, ताकि कोई एक्सीडेंट ना हो. इफ़ यू स्टार्ट गोइंग ऑन द राइट साइड इन इंडिया, अमेरिका में उल्टा है, अमेरिका में तो सभी उल्टा है, तो either you will hurt somebody or somebody will hurt you. For smooth functioning of any group of people, you need rules. वरना स्मूथ फंक्शन. स्कूल, आपके स्कूल का एक यूनिफॉर्म होगा, वो क्या है? गॉड हैज डिसाइडेड यूनिफॉर्म, नो ह्यूमन बीइंग हैज. आपके स्कूल के इतने बजे पहले क्लास होगी, इतने बजे ख़त्म होगी, उसके बाद ये क्लास होगी, ये एक सिस्टम बनाया है. आपका एक स्टूडेंट्स वो आइडेंटिटी कार्ड होगा, वो आप आइडेंटिटी कार्ड दिखा के ये कर सकते हो. ये सारे रूल्स हैं ना. अब आप एक फेक आइडेंटिटी कार्ड बना लें उस स्कूल का जिसमें आप हैं नहीं, गलत बात होगी. आप क्योस पैदा कर रहे हैं, डिस्ट्रस्ट पैदा कर रहे हैं सोसाइटी में. जब तक ह्यूमन बीइंग एक दूसरे को ट्रस्ट नहीं करेंगे, हाउ विल दे फंक्शन? ये मोरालिटी स्मूथ फंक्शनिंग के लिए है. मोरालिटी इसलिए नहीं है कि आप हेल में जाएंगे कि हेवन में जाएंगे. और अगर आप में मोरालिटी इसलिए है तो आई प्रिफर कि आप इमोरल हो. You are not deceiving anybody, or you are not stealing something because God is watching you. Are you saying that? Am I to believe that for a second if you think God is not watching you, you will steal things? You have no conscience. No. Religions are based on two things, fear and greed. If you will do right, we will give you this reward. If you will do wrong, we will punish you this way. तो हम लोग क्या अच्छा काम ग्रीड या फेयर से कर रहे हैं? हम अगर एक दूसरे से डिसेंट हैं तो बिकॉज समडे आई विल गेट 72 हुरीज, शेम. और मैं अगर कोई बुरा काम नहीं कर रहा हूँ, ये माइक लेके घर नहीं भाग जाऊँगा मैं, तो इसलिए वो देख रहा है, वो मुझे हेल में भेज देगा. मरना तो मैं कुछ भी कर देता. और शेम, मुझे तो कोई चीज़ पे बिलीव नहीं. आई प्रॉमिस यू आई लीव इट हियर. बोलिए.
इसके बाद क्या बोलना वो भी सोचना पड़ता है. बट सर, one more thing about you is music, and therefore I wanted to touch upon this quickly. Is music, is lyrics, is literature. In today's day and age, artificial intelligence aa gaya hai. Artificial intelligence is...
If I meet 2 more people like him, I'll leave whatever I'm doing and I'll become a sound man. Because any time his sound man draws much more attention than what I could. Chalo, koi baat nahi.
But when it comes to music, poetry, film scripts, sir, tabhi artificial intelligence is growing. And because artificial intelligence is growing, now when we write on ChatGPT and we write saying, can you please explain this the Javed Akhtar sir way? Can you explain it the way Javed Akhtar would explain? Now it comes. So my question to you is this: 20 years from now, do you think that scripts will yet be written by script writers, or do you think artificial intelligence will take over?
देखिए, at the moment, I mean, it's in a very kind of, shall I say, adolescence, it's almost in a very beginning of what it will ultimately become. That's true. At the moment, it's not a threat. You see, artificial intelligence is based on data. Whatever has been done. So how come artificial intelligence will do which is totally unprecedented, never happened before, and it is happening for the first time? I'll tell you, I gave an example. There was a 3-day conference on artificial intelligence in Delhi, so they had invited me also. I said, with Shankar Mahadevan, I must have done at least 200 songs, at least, maybe more. Suppose 200. Instead of 200, I would have done 199. One song I wouldn't have done, that is called Breathless. Have you heard Breathless? Yes. Thank you. So, that song I wouldn't have done. Now, if you would ask artificial intelligence, you would have asked that give a song which is like Shankar Mahadevan's music and Javed Akhtar's words. Could artificial intelligence give you Breathless? The answer is no. It means it is still dependent on what has happened, what is done. But we should not be happy about it. This is the initial stage. After 10 years, after 15 years, because a lot of research is going in. I mean, the CEO of his, I forget the name of the company, owned by none other than Elon Musk, he resigned a couple of months back. That he said that these people are not understanding what they are doing, because for the first time, ultimately, you will have some being which will be more powerful, more intelligent, and more sensible with a higher IQ than human being. It will happen. That is what he said. No, it's not my opinion. It may. But human being knows how to manage things, how to survive. I remember some 30 years, 35 years back, computer was a threat to our society. People who are against Rajiv Gandhi used to say, आपको पता है क्या किया उसने? हर जगह कंप्यूटर ले आया वो. अब कहाँ नौकरी? हर चीज़ कंप्यूटर करेगा. मैं नाम नहीं लेना चाहता. एक बहुत बड़े सॉन्ग राइटर थे पहले ज़माने के. अब उनकी डेथ हो गई. I don't want to take his name. One day he was saying very unkind things about Indira Gandhi. तो सडनली ऐसे इतना क्या इनको पैशन आ गया है क्यों? तो मैंने कहा सर क्या हुआ? अरे कहना बेटा तुम्हें पता नहीं है क्या हो रहा है. इस इंदिरा गांधी ने सब स्कूल्स में कंप्यूटर लगवा दिए और वो जो टीचर्स के बजाय कंप्यूटर नंबर देते हैं बच्चों को, और कंप्यूटर ने हमें लड़के को फेल कर दिया. तो इंदिरा गांधी को वो ब्लेम कर रहे थे कि 8th स्टैंडर्ड में उनका नालायक बेटा फेल हो गया था, इसलिए कि कंप्यूटर ने नंबर दिए, इनके बेटे को नहीं दिए. तो ही वॉज वेरी अपसेट. अभी कंप्यूटर वॉज अ सीरियस थ्रेट. कंप्यूटर वॉज यूज पोलिटिकली इन पोलिटिकल प्रोपेगेंडा कि ये देखिए क्या कर रही है गवर्नमेंट, ये हर जगह कंप्यूटर लगा रही है, सब बेरोजगार हो जाए. खैर दोनों बात सच है, कंप्यूटर भी लग गया और लोग आजकल बहुत बेरोजगार है, ये भी सच है, लेकिन कंप्यूटर की वजह से नहीं, वो एक अलग कहानी है. तो जो भी इन्वेंशन होते हैं, देयर इज अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग बुक रिटन बाय बर्ट्रैंड रसल, रिलीजन एंड साइंस. उसने हिस्ट्री निकाली है कि whenever there has been an invention, how religion has opposed it, including automobile, including steam engine. स्टीम इंजन का पोप ने कहा था उस समय के पोप ने कि इट्स अ व्हीकल फॉर द हेल. तो ये रेजिस्टेंस जब चीज़ें आती नहीं तो हमें होती हैं, लेकिन वो फिर हम उसे एडजस्ट कर लेते हैं. अभी एक कहानी तो भाई कुछ लोगों ने सुनाई हो तो बहुत ही अजीब है. दे से दैट ऑन वन साइड ये जो है सेल्फ सफिशिएंट हो जाएगा, artificial intelligence, and would be intelligent and self-sufficient enough to make their own robots. And then there will be a kind of a huge nation or community or group or whatever you may call of robots who will have high IQ, who will be totally self-sufficient. On the other side, what is happening on genetics, that they are trying to develop a super baby. They'll be able to create children with definite bent of mind, high IQ, unbelievably long ages. So perhaps these supermen and these supercomputers will have the final in the Wimbledon, but I don't think we'll be there that time.
बट टेक्नोलॉजिकल सिंगुलैरिटी कभी ना कभी आ सकती है.
आ सकती है, मगर ये इधर भी ये हो रहा है. तो एक सुपरमैन, नाउ अगेन ये मेरा नहीं कहना है, ये कार्ल सेगन का कहना है. ये who wrote this short brief history of time?
Stephen Hawking.
Stephen Hawking. Stephen Hawking का कहना है. He had come to India, Stephen Hawking. There was a function event in Sarmukhnanda Hall where he spoke there. That ultimately human being is not happy with two hands. हमारी लैंग्वेज में भी क्या क्या करूं, दो तो हाथ है मेरे, ऐसा बोलते हैं हम लोग. जब भी all over the world, whether it is Latin America, India, Far East, when we draw Devi Devtas, gods and goddesses, we give them more than two hands. Because subconsciously we believe तो perfect तो वही होगा जिसके कम से कम चार हाथ हो. So we need, we want, today we won't say because it will sound very funny, but they have this desire. और ये जो genetics पे काम कर रहे हैं, ये ultimately they will develop a super race of human beings with four hands, with high IQ, with tremendous longevity. It will happen. So अगर इधर ये बन रहे हैं कंप्यूटर तो उधर एक सुपर ह्यूमन बीइंग भी बन रहा है. दोनों प्रोसेस में हैं. और कभी होगा कि ये दोनों एक दूसरे को कन्फ्रंट करेंगे, या हो सकता है इनकी दोस्ती हो जाए, who knows. कभी होगा कि people will talk that my great grandfather used to live on that planet, you know, that is called Earth. We have come from there.
आज सुबह वही बात हुई that with the ISRO chief where he was saying that there is the possibility of space out, there is this possibility of life outside Earth, and there might be a time where communication will also be established.
नहीं नहीं होना चाहिए, वरना इतना स्पेस काहे को वेस्ट किया भाई. ये इतना यूनिवर्स आफ्टर यूनिवर्स और गैलेक्सी और कहीं कोई है ही नहीं, तो क्या जरूरत थी फिर उनकी भाई. एक ये 6-7 जो अपने चारों तरफ घूम रहे हैं और ये और एक सन काफ़ी था. यू हैव सो मेनी सन, जिसे हम स्टार कहते हैं. ऑल ऑफ देम आर सन्स एक्चुअली. All of them are suns. That's why you can see them. And many of them are 500 times bigger than our sun. 1000 times bigger than our sun. So on. वो क्या है? Huge galaxies after billion से ऊपर तो galaxy हमें पता है. But I think we may have so far seen only one little corner of universe. तो ये इतना जो कंस्ट्रक्शन किया गया है, ये सिर्फ एक मकान के लिए किया गया तो समझ में नहीं आता. वैसे ऑन अ मोर सीरियस नोट, ये लाइफ जो है आइदर इट इज द रिजल्ट ऑफ सम केमिस्ट्री एंड फिजिक्स लॉ विच वी हैव येट टू फाइंड, और अ मिरेकल. सिंस आई डोंट बिलीव इन मिरेकल, I believe that it is not acceptable, it is not totally logical that there won't be life on other places. I mean, the distance is so much that recently what they have seen that there is a planet
124 light years away.
It is some 13 billion light years away. What is 13 billion light years away? It means if you travel at the speed of light, which is 1,82,000 miles per second, you will reach the planet within 13 billion years. Provided रास्ते में चाय वाय पीने अपना रुके, वरना थोड़ा और भी टाइम लग सकता है. तो ये तो उसका एक्सपांशन है. तो अभी क्या होगा, अभी तो हम लोग पैरों पे होमो इरेक्टस जिसे कहते हैं उसी को कितना टाइम गुजरा है. यूनिवर्स की लाइफ में देखो तो a couple of hours at the most or maybe minutes is the beginning. मुझे बहुत अफसोस है अपने मरने का कि really I'm very sad about it because अभी तो चीज़ें होना शुरू हुई हैं. For thousands of years human being was going around on horses. ये जो जितना भी डेवलपमेंट है उसी, द इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, द एयर कंडीशनर, द फोन, द टेलीविजन, द प्लेन, द कार, द ट्रेन, एवरीथिंग, द मेडिसिन में जाके देखो जो भी ऑपरेशन जिस तरह की ओपन हार्ट सर्जरी ब्ला ब्ला, कोई भी चीज़ फील्ड में जाओ, ये सब के सब विद इन लास्ट 200 ईयर्स हुआ है. 200 ईयर्स, एवरीथिंग. टेलीफोन, मुझे तो ऐसा बिलीव करता हूँ कि अगर आप अलेक्जेंडर पंजाब तक आ गया था ना, उसको आप मोबाइल फ़ोन दे लीजिए जी, अरिस्टोटल से बात कीजिए, उसका हार्ट फेल वहीं हो जाता. तो अभी तो खेल तो अब शुरू हुआ है. दिस इज नो टाइम टू लीव.
बट
तुम लोग तो खैर मुझसे बहुत ज़्यादा देख लोगे. आई एम क्वाइट एनवियस ऑफ यू.
But there is a 102 Not Out करके movie which of course I know you would be knowing. So we are hoping for much more than the 102 Not Out from you. But
नहीं, वो जो है अभी तो ये तो सब कुछ है ही नहीं. Within next 50 years to 100 years ह्यूमन बीइंग की लाइफ जो है वो thousands of years में होगी. Because they have found you don't get old by wear and tear. You are programmed to grow old. At this age आप में ये changes आएंगे, आप that age आप में ये changes आएंगे, so on and so forth. Programmed हैं आप कैसे भी रहें वो होगा. They have discovered that cell which controls this programming. कभी कभी वो एक्सेलरेट हो जाता है. आप में से कुछ लोगों ने, सबने तो नहीं देखी, अगर देखी होती तो पिक्चर हिट होती. जो पा नाम था पिक्चर का, अमिताभ बच्चन ने रोल किया था, बहुत अच्छी एक्टिंग की थी. कि जो 8-9 साल की उम्र में 90 ईयर्स ओल्ड हो जाता है बच्चा. There are some 10-11 cases in the world at the moment that within 9 years the child travels from the birth to 90 years. सारे फिजिकल चेंजेस उसके 9 years में हो जाते हैं. तो वो उन्होंने डिस्कवर कर लिया. Now they have to learn how to retard it, how to make it go up to a point. और जब वो यूथ में एंटर हुआ तो वहाँ रोक दिया और यहाँ रुका रहे for so many centuries or years, decades at least. So it is there in the pipeline. It will happen. It may take some years, but it is there.
Sir, अब आए तो I wanted to touch upon one last topic with you, because whenever you've come and whenever you've spoken at any platform, प्यार मोहब्बत की बातें तो होती है. This is Gen Z, so this is a light-hearted question where I'm going to ask them to try to explain 3 words which are a part of their dictionary, and if you can then explain it in your own inimitable way. So I will ask anyone from the audience to try to explain, sir, what is relationship, situationship, and then nanoship.
No, I think if I am not mistaken, आपने उसका ऑर्डर में कुछ गड़बड़ कर दी. ये जो सिचुएशनशिप है should come before relationship. Am I right or wrong?
Correct, sir. So we don't need to explain it, sir. If you can explain it then.
I'm a writer, so I'll speak in my own metaphor. Situationship is the title of the book. Nanoship is the preface, and relationship is the book.
Sir, छोटा सा rapid fire है. Whatever comes to your mind immediately when I say this. One book you would recommend every teenager reads.
Well, there are wonderful books on different topics, but since we were discussing this atheism and rationalism for such a long time, I'll strongly suggest a book, God Delusion, written by Richard Dawkins.
Good.
It's available on Amazon. You can take it. It's the Bible of atheists, if I may say so.
One quote or shairi that you live your life by, sir. One quote or shairi that you live your life by.
क्यों डरे जिंदगी में क्या होगा? कुछ ना होगा तो तजुर्बा होगा.
Sir, Farhan or Zoya, who is your favorite child, if there is one?
Whoever is agreeing with me.
What comes to your mind when I say Shabana Azmi?
Perfection.
Philosophy.
Deep thought.
Books.
Ready-made food of mind.
When I say the word youth, what comes to your mind, sir?
Nostalgia.
And sir, this is your first time on the I Am On stage. When I say the organization's name, India's International Movement to Unite Nations, apart from the sound man, what comes to your mind, sir?
Great noble effort. Hats off to you.
Our biggest strength is our diversity, sir.
Yes.
And today, sir, you've spoken about diversity. You have spoken about science, about religion, spirituality, and what was pleasantly surprising is how you explained nanoship to relationship without any of our advice. Without any of our involvement. You explained the entire thing. Sir, you spoke about Richard Dawkins, you spoke about Stephen Hawking, and you spoke about different issues which, when you get this video in your schools, you will get this video in your schools. I encourage your principals to actually study this video, and you will find in every answer so many recommendations to improve the life of young people, which come from a place of rationality and which don't come from a place of religiosity. And for सर आपने एक लाइन लिखी थी हिंदी में, मेरी हिंदी इतनी अच्छी नहीं है, बट आई विल ट्राई. मैं भूल जाऊँ अब यही मुनासिब है, मगर भूलना भी चाहूँ तो किस तरह भुलाओ कि तुम. हाँ आप कर लीजिए.
मैं सही पढ़ दूंगा ना.
सर.
अरे भाई, ये बहुत बरस पहले की लिखी हुई पोएम है, बहुत छोटी सी है. कुछ ऐसी है. मैं भूल जाऊं तुम्हें अब यही मुनासिब है, यही सही है. दिस इज अप्रोप्रिएट दैट आई शुड फॉरगेट यू. मैं भूल जाऊं तुम्हें अब यही मुनासिब है, मगर भुलाना भी चाहूं तो किस तरह भूलूं कि तुम तो फिर भी हकीकत हो, कोई ख्वाब नहीं. यहाँ तो दिल का यह आलम मैं क्या कहूँ कमबख्त. भुला सका ना ये वो सिलसिला जो था ही नहीं, वो एक ख्याल जो आवाज़ तक गया ही नहीं, वो एक बात जो मैं कह नहीं सका तुमसे, वो एक रब्त रिलेशनशिप, वो एक रब्त जो हम में कभी रहा ही नहीं. मुझे है याद वो सब जो कभी हुआ ही नहीं.
Thank you. There's a small token of appreciation that we want to hand over to you. Please. Thank you, sir. Can I request Abhishek to come up on stage and just hand over a small token of appreciation?